higher you build your barriers,
Move it down towards the edge of the bed, okay?
the taller I become.
Show your feeling. Okay, you're doing it.
The farther you take my rights away, the faster I will run. No matter, 'cause there's something inside so strong. I know that I can make it, though you're doing me wrong, so wrong. You thought that my pride was gone.
When the world is weighing on you, look around. Because I'll be standing beside you. I see, I know what's inside you.
Yes. Okay, very good. Do it again.
Oh, something inside so strong.
Switch to Powergen for your gas, electricity and telephone, and you'll only get one bill from us instead of 3. And with new Powergen 1 bill, you get an extra discount with every service you take. 1 bill from Powergen, making life a little simpler. Visit powergen.co.uk.
I'm a chef, which means I'm surrounded by food all day long, so there's always temptation in my way, which means that dieting can be very difficult. The soups are really nice. They've got a lovely thick consistency, and they've also got croutons on the top, which stay nice and crunchy. The Slim Fast plan has made me feel a lot happier and healthier.
Slim Fast Soup has all the nutrition of a complete meal.
You don't expect all your water to be delivered in one go. Do all your gym routines in one go. Receive all your electricity at once. Or even all your magazine subscriptions. So why pay your bills all in one go? Direct Debit lets you spread payments, helping you to manage your money more easily. Do it with a debit. Direct Debit.
You are about to see the culmination of a decade's research and development involving the vision of companies from around the world. Welcome to the world of anti-gravity racing, the next stage in motorsport. This is an anti-gravity racer, capable of over 1,000 miles an hour. And more significantly, the destruction of other craft during a race. It's about winning at any cost. It's real, it's dangerous, and you're gonna love it. Wipeout Fusion.
A lifeless lump, unfashioned and unframed, of jarring seeds and justly chaos named. No sun was lighted up the world to view, no moon did yet her blunted horns renew, nor yet was earth suspended in the sky, nor poised did on her own foundations lie, nor seas about the shores their arms had thrown, but earth and air and water were in one. The season of natural phenomena continues with Killer Waves, Sunday at 8 on Channel 5.
You're watching 5 with top sport through the night.
welcome to Sport on 5. I'm Sophie Blake and I'm here to escort you through the night. Coming up this evening, we join the Sunshine Tour from Leopard Creek near Madeleine. We join Winter X Games from this year, the best of the 2001 X Games, a Channel 5 football classic and Argentine football. Before all that, let's have a look at what's coming up this week on 5. Tomorrow night, we join Nick Halling and Russell Chamberlain for NHL action with the Maple Leafs at the Detroit Red Wings. That all starts at 20 minutes to 1. Thursday night is, of course, time to catch up on the latest Premiership and nationwide football action with Jonathan Pearce. Join him and his guests for news, features and chat at 20 minutes to 12. Sunday night again, it's ice hockey action with Channel 5's very own Nick and Russell. They introduce a top NHL ice hockey game from North America. Then finally on Monday night, it's World Wakeboarding Championships, AMA Supercross, the start of V8 Supercar, don't miss that one, Motorsport Mondial, Dutch football, and we get another chance to see the NFL Super Bowl Bash. What more could you ask for from your favourite channel? Right, let's move on with tonight, because I know you can't take the suspense. Now is the time Night of Combat Kickboxing presents the best fighter in Europe and beyond in a selection of hand-picked bouts for the growing legion of martial art fans. Let's join them right now.
Now is the time, Night of Combat, in association with ThaiBoxingWorld.com. Welcome to Now is the Time, Night of Combat. I'm Malcolm Martin and I'm delighted to bring you more top quality Thai boxing action featuring the best fighters in the country. Let's have a look at tonight's card.
So, round 1 of 5, 3 minutes of prestige fight. No belts at stake, just pride here. England versus Holland. Metin Yakut with 13 wins, Damon Trainer with 25 wins. Let's see what this work has taken out of Metin, if anything.
With most experienced fighters like these guys are, they would normally just test each other out in this first round, find out what works for them, what doesn't work for them, and this is what's happening at the beginning. Metin is just trying to size Damien up and find out what techniques that Damien uses.
Nice jumping side kick there, reverse side kick, landed in the midsection.
Excellent spinning spinning back kick there, and connected fantastically as well.
Having said that, the Dutch have got a very good kick and Thai boxing tradition, haven't they?
Yeah, they have got great history, and in Europe, the top Thai boxers in Europe would come from Holland.
Well, there you saw the task ahead of Damien, a high kick. Damien blocked it well and replied immediately with a low kick of his own.
Excellent. Again, they're feeling each other out, finding out what works. But at this, even at this early stage, you need your guard high and watch for what works for you. You'll see Damien it's a way to get out of the clinch is really to actually jump on someone like that.
Well, he's up against it in terms of weight. He's certainly up against it in terms of height. And from what I've seen so far, Metin is certainly lively, isn't he?
He looks very strong.
Damien moving in and out, keeping his distance, working fast, then getting back out.
Damien has started off with some great authority. Some of his right crosses has connected well as well. And he's making Metin think. Metin's thinking before he does anything.
Nice combination there from Trainer, and skips out of the way of trouble again. As Izzy Duro says, both men sussing each other out at the moment, very cautious. Then with sudden bursts of energy, took a kick to the face there as he landed his
That was
right
a
cross.
very good kick, very good front kick, straight to the face of Damien. But Damien has replied with an excellent uppercut.
Straight through with the left through the channel there, took a knee in reply.
Yeah, it's a great knee that was from Metin. He actually caught Damien right in the midsection there.
Real tit for tat at the moment, is he? Both men.
It's like a game of chess, and you'll see with these experienced, top quality fighters like Damien and Metin that it's not all about blowing steam and throwing everything out. You're pacing your man, you're looking for points. Superb body shot there, You're watching what works for you.
Yes, Damien going behind the elbow there. Nice foot movement to get him behind the elbow. Crunched in the body shots, both sides. So if Metin's tried to intimidate him, it certainly hasn't worked in this first round.
No doubt, Damien's a very competent all-round fighter, and he will not be intimidated by this chap.
Good opening round, two very solid professional men. Which way would you go, Izzy?
These guys are the best in the sport. I would see that as a draw. A slight edge to Damien, but I would see that as a draw, actually. But these guys are top. These are the guys at top at their profession. Very, very competent fighters. And you can see that by the way they're actually displaying some superb techniques.
That's right. Damien's problem obviously will be getting in, but he did it well. Got his man to tuck up and then worked behind the elbows nicely to those floating ribs. Here's this side kick we saw early from Metin, which I must say was beautifully executed, Izzy.
It was, and it landed right in the stomach there. Now that would have hurt Damien. Damien did well. Bouncing off the ropes will give Damien time to recover from that because he's got fantastic recovery.
But it shows that his man's dangerous. He's tall, he's strong. He's naturally, I would say, naturally without having to lose that weight, maybe 2 divisions up from Damien in reality.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. I mean, you can see he doesn't carry much fat with him. And for him to lose that 2 kilos, he looks very, very strong.
But again, as you said, Damien took the centre of the ring. He wasn't going to be intimidated. Moving nicely, looking to get into his man. Stalking him. And there it was, beautiful little left through the channel.
Great uppercut, great uppercut, which caught him flush as well.
So here we go, round 2 of 5. And a very dangerous opponent for Damien Traynor. Steve Logan will have thought long and hard before taking this fight. But Damien gets such a following, they don't want to disappoint them, do they? It's very hard, is he, at the Tower Ballrooms here?
Damien is actually a prize fighter. He's actually he's the top fighter at his weight in the UK and is known internationally now.
Nice low kick in there from Traynor. A bit of kidology there from Metin.
Well, the left kick was very powerful, very, very powerful. He's now trying to put his power on Damien.
Yes, I think he felt that. He did a bit of kidology there, but he did feel it. Nice elbow attempts there from Metin. Dangerous man, bit of showboating there.
Yeah, it's just the psychological game, and I think sometimes it can become very childish as well.
Yes, playing games here with Damien, but he's sticking to the task, staying focused.
The best thing to do when these childish games start is just stick to the task. Don't follow the game.
Sometimes though, they do reflect genuine hurt, don't they? You can pretend and do the kidology when deep down the reason for doing that is it did hurt.
Exactly. I mean, Metin could be doing that, but at the same time, he's trying to lure Damien into thinking that he's, he's hurt and then exposed. When Damien's exposed, then he will try and fire home some of his shots.
At the moment, he's showboating a lot, but he's not giving much in return. He's letting Damien dictate the round and the pace. And okay, he might not genuinely be hurt, but he's not doing that much either.
I think that he's hurt. The fact that he's standing off for too long is telling me that he's hurt. If he wasn't hurt, he would go straight back on it.
So Damien Traynor, a measured approach here, calculating, keeping his man at range. Nice shot to the body there, again, gets behind that elbow. Works for the ribs, nice front kick as well. He's very accurate in this round, is he?
Yeah, Metin's got a high guard. Metin's got a high guard, but Damien's actually connecting all the time.
And again, these lights are very low. It's a low ceiling at the tower. You wonder the dehydration factor with Metin Yakut. Having to lose those 2 kilos, it will be all fluid. This is a good round for Traynor, isn't it?
Very good round. Damien's now actually sending home some of his shots now. So Metin could be playing the biding game whereby he's just watching Damien, trying to absorb his shots, but it doesn't seem to be working. He's definitely hurt as well at this early stage.
So, Damien Traynor stalking Metin Yakut from Holland. Good right there. Yakut, really, for all his posturing, has done very little in this round, is he?
He has, again, is he conserving his energy? He could very well be doing that.
He's taking another good short chopping hook to the body. Look to his corner there. There can't be that long left in the round.
He's just biding his time. He's trying to bide his time and then storm Damien.
Damien Traynor tucking in. And there, a good round there for Traynor. Not so much coming back that time from Mekinya Kut.
Metin started strong, but then he seemed to have dried up of what to do halfway through the round. That's when Damien obviously started to step up his techniques. But Damien's techniques are certainly working. His body shots are connecting, and also the low kicks are connecting very well.
Having said this, I'm quite worried. Damien's giving off real signals to Steve Logan in his corner that something's not right. Something is hurt. Here we go. Is he stalking his man? Right, left, then the right to the body, coming behind the elbows there.
Excellent body. The left jab would have brought Metin's guard up high, and then the body shot would have been sneaked underneath there. That would catch him completely out.
Front kick followed by the right hand over the top. But I just get the feeling from that corner that things aren't all right with Damien. I don't know.
When he fell just before the end of this round, he seemed to bounce his head off the canvas. So I thought that might have hurt him, but he didn't react too much. I think also in between these rounds as well, it's very important for the cornerman to motivate and keep the fighter still in the ring, because sometimes you can lose hope and think that you're losing when actually you're doing very well and you're winning.
Well, Metin Yakut, he's obviously a bit of a character.
Seconds away.
He's shown that. He hasn't endeared himself to this crowd. And we'll have to keep a close eye on Damien to see what is wrong with him. But definitely that second round, two-trainer. Possibly the first one drawn. And again, Metin Yakut trying to assert his authority and his power with those elbows. Trainer tucking in, getting his own elbows in the way of those knees.
Metin's obviously got some very strong knee techniques, and he knows that's his strength, and he's now trying to do that, use his knees on Damien. He's also trying his knee shots to the head as well of Damien, because he's pulling Damien's head down and throwing his knee very high.
Yes, he's caught Damien as a welt there, clearly in the corner of the eye. Best tactics so far for Metin. Good kicks again to the back leg this time.
So Metin's playing the psychological game, making out he's not hurt.
And again, we saw when he's in the corners, he's dangerous because we can see the welt below trainer's eye. It's not dangerous at the moment, not impairing his vision.
I mean, Metin obviously has got power, a lot of power, and he's stronger on the inside. Once he gets Damien close, he's very strong on the inside then. From a distance, he's not.
Nice front kick there, very arrogant young man, not endearing himself to the crowd, but it makes fascinating viewing for us.
He's obviously very confident, and he's a showboater with it. With confidence, he's obviously very good as well with it.
So again, trainer working low with the legs, bringing the hands up over the top. And for all his showboating, Metin has to realise you have to fire back or the round just slips away.
He's not scoring any points by showboating as well. He has to be busy in there, otherwise he will lose this round, even though he thinks he's winning.
Well, as you said, this is what he wants. He wants to get in the corners. He's happy to use the elbows and the knees.
You see, he's been very dirty inside as well.
Knee to the throat there from Metin.
So what Metin did there was that he held the ropes and was trying to strangle Damien at the same time.
Yes, and Damien's got an 8 count, which immediately puts this fight in Metin's favour.
I think Metin's game plan is to actually try and ruffle Damien and you see, if Damien loses his temper, he might do something silly, but Damien should really stick to the task and be focused.
Well, he's got a problem now, though, is he? Because that was a secure 8 count, which means a 10-8 round in favour of the Dutchman.
Exactly.
Which puts him ahead on my rounds now.
Exactly. I mean, his tactics is working. He's trying to unruffle Damien. Damien has got to stick to his task. A lot of it is like a game of chess. It's mind games as well.
Yes, this is where Damien has the problems with the extra size and strength of his opponent.
Now is the time, Night of Combat, in association with ThaiBoxingWorld.com.
A special bond deserves a special gift this Mother's Day. Olay. A gift that transforms the look and feel of her skin. Make it a beautiful Mother's Day with Olay. Love the skin you're in.
Simple orders, Hal. Find the enemy and kill him.
You have no idea.
Prepare for 2 emotionally draining, totally gripping hours. Mel Gibson is superb.
I thank God for you.
It's maximum action, maximum drama. From the makers of Braveheart.
You telling people what these men did here.
Mel Gibson, we were soldiers.
You are about to see the culmination of a decade's research and development involving the vision of companies from around the world. Welcome to the world of anti-gravity racing, the next stage in motorsport. This is an anti-gravity racer, capable of over 1,000 miles an hour. And more significantly, the destruction of other craft during a race. It's about winning at any cost. It's real, it's dangerous, and you're gonna love it. Wipeout Fusion.
Dave Chappelle here. I'm setting this bloke up on a blind date to show that right guard extreme sport works under the most extreme conditions. Ladies! You gotta get a number, dog. See? Extreme protection against odor and wetness. Love hurts. Fragrant. You guys are really hitting it off.
Right guard extreme sports. Get extreme, get right guard.
Carlos! Edwin Will.
Thank you.
University of Life question 1. Which came first, the chicken or the egg?
In many careers today, the best way to get a qualification is by actually doing the job you want to get qualified for. Only you can't, because you're not qualified.
But now, with a modern apprenticeship, you get trained, you get paid, and you get qualified.
They're designed and run
by employers.
You get the career you want.
Because they get the employee they want.
So stuff the chicken and the egg.
You're the one who wants to be first.
For more information, call the Modern Apprenticeships Helpline on 08000 150 600 and discover what it takes to go further.
Visit the Island of Memories. Free phone 0800 183 2002.
Boil in the bag. I had that idea.
Don't let your fortune pass you by. Wednesday's lottery jackpot is an estimated 4 million.
Now is the time, Night of Combat, in association with ThaiBoxingWorld.com.
Well, the last time Damien fought a Thai, he actually broke his hand, and I think he might have done it again now.
But whatever else this Mekin Yakud, he's a character, isn't he, Izzy?
He's a character. He's obviously very strong as well. It was a fantastic front kick that was. He caught Damien just before he executed a technique, and he knew it was a good technique. He knew it was a point-scoring technique.
Yes, Damien Trainer, it's his damaged hand. As you were mentioning earlier, he can't continue, the hand's damaged. Awful way to end the fight. Very difficult fight to judge, to watch. It wasn't pretty. And to be honest with you, I don't think in any other situation Damien would ever fight Metin again. Again, looking at the two men in the ring, you can see the difference in size, Izzy.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, Metin is obviously, like I said, 2 divisions heavier than Damien, and even losing the 2 kilos today, I wonder where he would have lost that, because he looks in very strong shape, very good shape.
Because it was certainly an entertaining bout, that one, but regrettably, after round 3, Damien Trainer in the blue corner has sustained an injury and is unable to continue, and therefore the fight has to be awarded to the boy from Holland, Metin Yakud.
Right, obviously a very disappointing end to that fight. I have with me Damien Trainer. Damien, can you talk us through what happened?
Well, I've started off, I was trying to find out exactly what he was like fighting-wise. So I was flicking out my punches, seeing how he reacted. If you notice, he kept moving back at my attacks. So I thought if I can get him onto the ropes and I can let off my attacks to him. But I caught him with a left hook, he come round to the the back part of his head. It's a bit of a silly move as well, but I broke my hand. It's like the 3rd time now I've broke it on the trot.
So up until then, I mean, you couldn't have faced a more awkward opponent. He really was a strange lad to have to fight.
I only got him yesterday morning. I was meant to fight Craig Biffle from Wigan. He had to pull out for injury. I was meant to fight a Ty. He pulled out for injury. So it's kind of just a bit awkward really with this fight, having different opponents every now and again. And he weighed in as well, a lot heavier, coming in at 62 kilos. Was I only weigh, I come in at 56. So I had to get him to get a lot of the weight down, but he only got down to 59 as well. So obviously he's very big compared to me.
So getting back finally to the damage, your hand again, where do we go from here? What sort of recovery time you're probably looking at?
Well, I'll give it 6 months, like for now. Obviously it wasn't long enough. So I'll probably give it the same. Obviously I'm going to have to change now how I fight, get a different kind of style going for me. So obviously this ain't going to be the end of me. Just got to overcome it and change.
Well, Damien, you're one of the true stars of Thai boxing. We look forward to your recovery sooner rather than later. So here we go, round 1, 4 fights apiece, roughly the same age, very much the same build, but it's Fabian testing the water first with his midsection kicks, left and right, knee coming in there from Richard as they go into the clinch on the ropes. Again, Fabian trying to use the knees, Richard replying, and at the moment, Howard, it's as we said, they look quite evenly matched, don't they?
That's right. They've gone into the clinch rather early in this first round, trying to punish each other, test each other out, see who's the strongest.
Referee separating them there to get back in. Fabian again starting with those low kicks, but Richard replying with the left and right. Yes. Both men at the moment seem happy to work in the clinch, don't they?
That's right. They should try and test each other out with the jabs, crosses, low kicks, see who can block, but they come straight into the clinch. They won't be able to keep this up for 3 rounds, Malcolm.
No, that's true. Fabian there relying more on the kicks. Richard seeming slightly happier using his hands. Both happy in the clinch, and Richard getting through there, Howard, with a very good left and right.
That's right.
So at the moment, very little to choose between the two lads, but Richard got through with a nice left and right hand combination, and again with the left. He's probably having slightly more success at this stage in the fight.
Fabian looking slightly stronger now. The punches rocketing through the guard. Good low kick coming back.
So at the moment, these two young men very evenly matched. They get the crowd going straight away. Good driving front kick there from Richard.
Can't
back
really
into the
separate
clinch.
These two guys at the moment.
So again, a punishing pace. Kick for kick, punch for punch. Fabian taking his man to the floor. And in Thai rules, they'll like to see that, won't they, Howard?
Yes, it's not necessarily a sweep. If they grab the leg, they are allowed to manhandle, if you like, their opponent to the floor. Very even round, first round.
So there you have it. Brilliant opening first round. Both men testing each other out, but testing each other out strongly, weren't they? They didn't waste time.
No, no. They must be thinking now, they still won't be thinking coming back to this, onto the stools after the first round, who really got the better of that first round. Probably would have given it to Fabian, but Richard will be quite happy, I think, in that corner.
He was very accurate with his fist, wasn't he, Richard?
He was, yes. Kicks were good from Fabian and Richard.
So there again, you see Fabian coming low to the back of the thigh, but Richard, it was those hands, they were very accurate, weren't they?
They were, yes. Time will only tell now in this second round. Hopefully they'll just calm it down just a little bit and work more on their technique and try and stay out of that clinch until maybe the third round.
Possibly what Pele was telling Richard there in the corner, the blue corner. Fabian back out to the centre first, both taking a deep breath. It's been a hard-fought first round for them. No quarter given by either man, both trying for the centre of the ring. And again, we shall see how this round develops in terms of stamina. Fabian the sharper start, and that was a big roundhouse to the midsection, but he took a right hand there as well,
Richard. Going toe-to-toe. Fabian caught there with a punishing right hand from Richard. But he's straight back in again.
The funny thing was, Howard, that was straight after a superb right roundhouse that went straight into Richard's ribcage, but he retaliated with that big right hand, and really, of the two, Fabian was shaking them more, wasn't he?
He was, yes. They've obviously trained very, very hard. They've both taken some amazing shots, and they're still there, battling it out like two warriors in the ring there.
If there is a difference between the two men, I'd suggest to you that when it comes to the boxing, Richard tends to tuck up slightly better than Fabian, so that when it comes to just the boxing exchanges, Fabian tends to come off slightly second best.
That's right.
But when it comes to the kicking, both men evenly matched, both happy to kick, both happy to work in the clinches. And of the two, it's Richard's ribcage that looks very sore, very bruised.
It does. Excellent 1-2 combination from Richard. Fabian being backed into the corner. They're into the clinch again.
Again, two very strong young men here. They haven't given an inch. And what I like about this, Howard, is it seesaws back and forward. Neither man can really make his mark on the fight, can he?
A judge's nightmare, this sort of fight. Both fighters adamant not to give 1 inch away. Kick for kick, punch for punch.
Big left hand, though, by Richard Barnhill.
Count on this one.
Fabian good with the legs, but the referee saw that big left hand go in. And with that 8 count now, that could really be the difference in this round.
It could. Richard taking deep breaths, ready to go again.
So Fabian sucks it in a low kick. Again, it's those fists, Howard. They come in over the top of Fabian. And really, and then another big left. He's looking again. He doesn't like what he sees right at the end of the round. Now, what we need to know is, has he stopped him, or has he just let it end at the end of the bell?
That's right. He was very lucky there. Just about to get a standing 8 count, and the bell saved him. He looks very, very tired there in that red corner.
Yes, Fabian very good with his legs, but he took a lot of punches. And if anything, this was the big difference between the two of them. Richard gets through that guard with his punches. He tucks in tightly with his own guard.
That's right.
And those big left and rights, they hurt Fabian this round, didn't they, Howard?
He had a very, very, very strong attack, but Richard has a really good defense as well. Fabian unable to get through with his punches, but he finds a gap through Fabian's guard.
So if you're Master Skin in that corner now, it would have been a second 8 count. We thought he might have even stopped the fight. What can he do now to turn this around? Because that was a big round for Richard.
To be honest, to win this fight, he has to knock Richard out, really. He'll be 2 rounds down on the points now. He has to really pull it out of the bag. Even if he won this round now, he'll probably lose on a 2-1 scoring.
I'd go along with that.
He has to do in this round.
So Richard Barnhill still looking very strong, shrugs off that kick from Fabian. Psychologically, he's the stronger man as well now, isn't he, Howard?
It'll give Richard a lot of power now, knowing he's given him 2 standing 8 counts. Pushes him into the corner, rockets in a roundhouse kick.
Yes, the one thing I will say that's impressed me about both these young men, we accept that Fabian's been on the receiving end of this, but against another opponent, he'd have probably looked very, very good. These are 2 very strong young men.
These are very good and very evenly matched opponents.
Fabian pushing in there with his right hand, but as we've mentioned before, of the 2 men, probably the most telling difference in this fight is Richard Barnhill's defence.
Definitely. He has an excellent attack, but he has a fabulous defence as well. Look how the hands come up as Fabian comes in. And then off again. Oh, he's got
the right and the left there. That's it, I think, Howard. The right came through, the left afterwards. The doctor's over the corner. It's all over.
Just too strong.
We saw this coming, didn't we, with these hands?
You'd have had to have knocked Richard out, and it's actually turned the other way around. An excellent win. An excellent win.
Fabian there telling his corner master Sken that he's okay, that he's all right. But really, from the moment that right hit him, even before the left, he was on his way down, wasn't he?
I think it was a body shot, actually, Malcolm, that actually put him down. Mixing it up with high and low, a brilliant win for the Beastmasters gym.
Richard Barnhill, very impressive young man. And not to take anything away from Fabian, a very impressive young man as well.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll see a lot more of him in the future.
So, second round stoppage here for Richard. And again, 2 strong men, but really what's impressed us most is Richard Barnhill's defence, allied to great combination punching.
He had a classic Thai defence, taught very well by Keith Pele Nathan. Again, a former champion himself.
As you said, it was the left to the body, followed up with a right uppercut, flush on the chin. There was no way Fabian was getting up from that. Gamely, he wanted to continue, but I think it was a wise decision for the referee.
Without a doubt. Safety must come first.
Very good. You saw there Richard Barnhill, an explosive form. I have him here with me now. Richard, very even tough opening round, but you really let them go in that second round.
Got punches to save them more in the second round. Just let more kicks go, but all okay, yeah.
Now, initially, we thought it was a very even contest, very little choose between you, equal records. But one thing that impressed us straight away was your defence. A lot tighter than Fabian's, and possibly the big deciding factor. Would you agree?
I was blocking more the low kicks, more the body kicks. Stopped them before he did, yeah.
Now, talk us through the finish. It looked like a left of the body, but the right, we think, landed flush on the chin, the upper.
The right was uppercut, yeah, landed okay.
So until that moment, did you have any doubts you were going to win? Because it was a cracking fight.
First time I got through with punches, I knew I could land them, I knew I could get through. That was the decider, really. I knew I could land the punches.
Well, Richard, fantastic display. We hope to see more of you. Well done, mate.
Yes, thank you.
So there you have it, two very experienced cornermen, two very experienced gyms, and initially, physically, they look very well matched.
They do.
So, Aaron in the red corner for Master Sken, Mark in the blue corner for Ralph Beal, and a big, left and right. Left roundhouse to the head, followed by a big right explosive start from Matt Bastamonte. Howard
Aaron just can't get into this fight yet. He's been semi-dazed. Very powerful from Mark Bastamonte.
The frightening thing about Bastamonte is it's not hurried either. It's very technical as well. That was
relaxed.
so clinical, Howard.
He has a very good, what I call a Thai style of fighting. Aaron's done extremely well to weather that early storm.
Yes, he came out, he measured his man, then out of nowhere, a big left roundhouse to the head, a right hook to the head. But even when he saw his man rocking, it was calculated, it was cool, and it looked very, very hurtful. But all praise to Aaron. He's come back strongly, Howard.
He has. He must have trained well for this. Master Sken will have done his homework. And if, as long as Aaron can weather this storm, he should be okay. He does have some facial damage already, but he's getting through with the knees.
That's only to be expected from that explosive start, but Mark Bastamonte holding on now in the clinch, getting his own knees going. Aaron Malazewski, that will have given him a bit of time to recover. Probably a good thing to do at that point in time, because those left legs are a real danger to him, and he switched it low as well now. Correct. He's got to deal with that left leg, hasn't he?
That's right. Not many fighters can actually use their left leg, but Mark Bastamonte used it perfectly. Left high roundhouse kick in the first 10-15 seconds to the head. And I don't think Aaron's going to weather this storm much longer.
Well, he's doing the right thing. He's getting in the clinch. Will give his head time to clear, because in the clinch, Aaron is impressive with his knees.
He is.
But as you said, facially, midway through the first round, and he looks like he's done 3.
That's right.
Now is the time. Night of Combat in association with ThaiBoxingWorld.com.
Anyone can go Oriental with Sainsbury's new Oriental range, the widest selection of Oriental delights in leading supermarkets. Sainsbury's 令你生活美味無窮。
The Biography Channel. Everybody who's anybody. To subscribe, call Sky on 08702 42 42 42.
Now is the time, Night of Combat, in association with ThaiBoxingWorld.com.
Master's going to have to work very hard on him in the corner.
He's sucked in there from
He's not doing too bad.
He sucked in there, though, Howard, from a roundhouse, didn't he?
That's it.
And you've got to give a big, big round to Mark Bustamante there.
Yes, without a doubt.
Now, there was no 8 count, but in the judge's mind, would you give that possibly as a 10-8 round? It was very comprehensive.
Possibly, yes. It was a very one-sided affair, right from the offset.
So we're in Bustamante's corner. He looks very relaxed there, doesn't he?
Yeah. His corner will be hopefully just telling him to do exactly the same again.
So Bustamante looking very relaxed there, as every right he has to, because this was an explosive start from him, and it's that left leg. There it comes, Howard.
Flush through the... Aaron's guard was actually up, but it curled round the glove, hit him square on, then he didn't know where he was, and a flurry of punches came in after that.
The right hand actually took him off his feet. He staggered there off his feet.
He
but
did
there again,
awesomely well to stay up.
Fair play to Aaron. He's still in there. It's the second round. He's still in and fighting. You've got to give him that. Most people would have wilted under a barrage like that.
A very relaxed fighter, Mark Bustamante.
Right, so Aaron Malazewski, he's got to stamp something on this fight. Again, Mark looking for the uppercut that worked in the first round, straight into the clinch from Aaron.
Aaron trying to keep him nice and close now, stay away from those devastating kicks of Mark Bustamante.
It's probably a good tactic because at range he has been second best, hasn't he?
That's right. He's doing the right thing. Oh, down he goes again.
It's that big right hand from Bustamante.
Could have been a slip, not quite sure.
No, I think that was a full-blooded shot there.
Okay.
Howard, and Aaron getting the count again. These are dangerous times. I can see it ending in this round if he gets through cleanly one more. John Blackledge had a good look at him and his face is marked up. Again, that right hand and right leg.
Devastating punches and kicks. He's already on an 8-10 round because of that standing 8 count early on. He's doing fabulously well, even to stay on his feet.
So at the moment,
very tough young man.
Mark Bustamante really impressing us here, dominating this fight. And again, he's getting through with headshots and he buries it to the body. John Blackledge looking very closely. I think he's waiting to step in here. There's nothing coming back at the moment from Aaron. And again, big left and right from Mark. How is Aaron still on his feet, Howard?
It's a fantastic job for Aaron. Come on now. He had him pinned in his own corner with a barrage of punches. He's managed to get out. The nose is bloodied. His breathing will be impaired now. He's hanging on in there, still battling in.
Good left hand there from Aaron, but at the moment, it's one-way traffic. Mark Bustamante there, really dominating. And again, the big knee, Aaron felt that. These
he
knees...
really is struggling. He's just hanging on now. I think the next good, clean shot from Mark will end this fight.
The left leg, then the right hand has been so successful for him. And at the moment, Aaron lunging forward. There's no strength left in that man's body, is there? Very game. But he was just forced to pushing his man into the corner there, Howard.
John Blackledge giving him the full benefit of the doubt. And he makes it to the end of the round.
Unbelievably. Aaron Malazewski, incredible courage there, being helped back to the corner. Even Mark Bustamante breathing heavily because of the effort he put into that round.
Even Mark Bustamante, I think he gave absolutely everything he had and he couldn't put Aaron away.
Incredibly there, really, Howard, because it wasn't just the volume of punches and kicks, it was the accuracy. He was so accurate.
Correct.
I mean, at the end of the day, Aaron lunges forward, but that left flush on the chin and the right as he was going down onto the temple.
Correct.
You wonder how the man keeps getting back up.
Excellent, excellent.
What can Master Sken say now in this corner?
Master Sken again will be just trying to encourage him the best that he can. He could win this fight. He has the ability, but he really will. He'll have to knock Mark out this round.
Well, the crowd are giving him every encouragement. I think they recognise, if nothing else, his huge courage. I think no one would have complained after a barrage like that if a man had stayed on his seat, or even when he went down in that second round, if he'd have stayed there. His courage has been tested enough.
It has indeed, and he goes straight to work as if nothing had happened in those last 2 rounds. Full credit to Aaron.
And to be fair to Aaron, probably the best tactics for him, because at range, he's been susceptible to that incredible left roundhouse and that accurate right hand. So at range, he's always in danger.
Correct. He can equal Mark in the clinch. It's 50-50. But at long range, where he is now, here we go again. The accuracy of the punches and kicks from Mark, far superior.
Aaron, though, to be fair, still working with his knees, so it says to me that despite all that punishment, his head's relatively clear, because in the clinches, he's not just holding on, he's working the knees.
He is thinking, yes.
And he thinks enough when he gets punished to immediately wrap up an opponent. Some fighters are not clean out because they can't do that, Howard. They don't clinch. I notice the one thing he does try to do when he takes some stinging punches, he does try to hold and clear his head.
Which is the best thing to do.
Mark wisely going lower this time. Aaron's hands came up for that big high left kick and it went midsection instead. So again, Mark is really thinking a perfect fight here, isn't he, Howard?
He is. If this goes the full distance, Mark will easily win on points.
Aaron, his face bloodied and marked and bruised, still coming in with the knee, still coming forward. You can breed skill into someone, but you can't breed this sort of spirit into a man.
That has to be a bit hereditary, I think, and Aaron is doing amazingly well just to hang on here.
In fact, to be fair to him, if it wasn't for the two big rounds that went before, he's probably slightly edging this round.
I would say so. In the clinch, he equally marks.
Because to be fair to Mark Bustamante, he's done everything in his power to put this man away. He's done everything asked of him. And I think maybe you can't blame him for maybe just running out a bit of steam in this round, whereas Aaron has found a fresh lease of life. And I would actually probably go with him on that round.
He couldn't knock Aaron out. Full credit to him.
And that's his first defeat in his second fight, but he's still going to be a handful for anyone that he meets, isn't he?
Correct. Again, a very 2 fights is nothing. Pure novice, if anything, really.
So they've cleaned Aaron up. Obvious win there for Mark Bustamante. We've just seen Mark Bustamante win in devastating style, and I have him here with me. Mark, right from the opening bell, you went straight out, left roundhouse right hand, so accurate, so hurtful.
That's something I've been working especially hard on over the last couple of weeks. I found out about this fight at fairly short notice, so I had to really train hard with the time I was given. I've got to pay a lot of respect to my trainers and my fellow partners who have been helping me, giving me the motivation to push forward. My techniques are something I've been working especially hard on, working on the combinations rather than throwing single shots. And I'm pleased to say, as you said at the beginning, I defeated him in devastating style, which is what I aim to do.
Now, he had the potential to be a very tough customer, but you never let him settle. And one of the things that pressed us in the commentary box was your accuracy. You weren't just hard-working, you were so accurate.
Thank you very much. Again, that's something that I've been working extremely hard on. I've only had, this is my 4th fight, and I noticed on my other 3 fights I used to concentrate on hitting the head as a single target. One thing I've been working especially on is concentrating on the chin, and boy did that guy have a chin.
Now that's the thing I was going to say, a clear win for you, a spectacular display, but wasn't that man gutsy? He took everything you gave him, and really no one would have blamed him going down and staying down in that second round.
Aaron, thanks a lot for the fight. You're a very durable character, you've got potential. I know this was your second fight. You've got potential to go far. You're a very tough character. You could easily have gone down, you've got back up again. You've got guts and you've got heart. Well done.
And well done to you, Mark. We hope to be seeing you here again soon, maybe for a title fight. Well done, fantastic fight. Mark Bustamante. And finally tonight we have Craig Richardson versus Phil Robinson for the vacant SIMTA Northwest Light Welterweight Championship. This over 5 2-minute rounds of Thai boxing. Let me remind you of Muay Thai under European rules. Kicks allowed to the head, kicks allowed to the inside and the outside of the legs. Knees and elbows are allowed to the body only. No spinning back fists allowed, and the 3 knockdown rule applies. Right, 5 2-minute rounds, a very fast start there. Both men clinching up. So Craig Richardson, 22 years of age, against Phil Robinson, 28 years of age. And on paper, the experience with Craig, but again, 7 fights is not a vast amount of experience, is it, Steve?
No, not really, and it depends on like the length of training and the sort of sparring in the gym they've done. And obviously, like I say, Phil's trainer, Richard Smith, is a world champion. So obviously, he's probably been sparring with world champion in the gym. So, you know, it may not make that much difference, to be honest.
At the moment, both men happy to work in the clinch, both trying to get their knees going.
Yeah, another thing I always notice is when people say, oh, that maybe he's a bit more experienced. If you've got a good instructor, obviously the instructor wants the fighter to win. They wouldn't put a fighter in the ring if they thought they were going to lose. They weren't 100% confident in their abilities, so I'm sure Phil's up to match Craig.
Cagey start, both men just testing each other out, seeing how they can go. And again, nice front kick there from Phil, looks very composed, nice low kick, and again, nice variety there, Steve. As you said, he looks well schooled.
Yeah, he does. He's matching Craig now. Oh, good knees there.
That's right.
Yeah, he's catching. Oh.
Phil Robinson working in with the knees there, catching Craig in the midsection. There was about 3 or 4 knees there, Steve. That'll take it out of someone.
Yeah, and they were all unanswered. He didn't seem to have much of a clue what to do there, so maybe that's Phil's. That should be Phil's plan, get in the clinch and work the knees.
Yes, Craig, he was blowing hard from that. Nice low kick there again from Phil. Nice measure start, but he took a good left hand. But at the moment, you'd have to go with Phil Robinson at the moment.
Phil seems a lot better in the clinch as well than Craig.
So, a lively opening round there. Not a classic opening round, I said lively.
Yeah.
Craig Richardson, problems with the knee, Steve.
Yeah, he seemed to have. I don't know whether it's just the way that Phil was holding him down, but he didn't seem to be able to respond with his own knees. So I gave Phil the advantage in the clinch, and that could be the secret to the fight, whether Phil should be trying to get Craig down into the clinch and keep working him that way.
So low kick there from Richard. And at the moment, he's done the right thing, hasn't he? He's had a good look at his man.
Yeah.
And probably that was the only time he was in trouble from that flurry from Craig.
Yeah, here's the knees coming in now. Yeah, he's just covering his arms. You've got to get hold of the guy to stop him from kneeing.
Now is the time, Night of Combat, in association with ThaiBoxingWorld.com.
Ground control to Major Tom. Ground control to Major Tom. Check ignition and... Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who just wanna dance another way? The senoritas who can sway. Just wanna dance another way. The senoritas who... You hear me, Major Tom? Can you hear?
The breathtaking movie experience just got bigger. On video and DVD, with exclusive new material created by director Baz Luhrmann himself. You haven't seen anything until you've seen everything.
Come and get me, boys.
Moulin Rouge. Own it on video and DVD now.
Taxi! Hospital! Now! Look out! Stop! I'll just be a sec.
Give in to the KFC Twister.
I don't think so, buddy.
If he can find the back of the net with this shot, the cup is there. What must be going through that young man's head, young man's head, young man's head. Will he be going home to a hero's welcome tonight?
Now is the time, Night of Combat, in association with ThaiBoxingWorld.com. So, round 2, I have with me the president of the WMTO, Steve Logan. So, you're in good company, ladies and gentlemen. And so, Craig, what's he got to do, Steve?
I think so far, the success in the clinch, again, he doesn't seem to be very good in the clinch. I'll definitely stay out of the clinch because Phil's, oh, look. No, that's not good clinch work there, really, by Craig. He needs to, that's better holding on to his opponent.
And what are those knees going to do during the duration of a 5-round fight?
Well, first of all, obviously, even though he's putting his arms there, if he starts kneeing his arms, that'll restrict the amount of punches Craig can throw if he damages one of his arms. And also, it's just like a psychological thing where you're bent down, you're getting hit, or you're covering up, but you're still in a disadvantage. And obviously, Phil keeps going to go now. He's going to keep going for the clinch.
At the moment, with only 2 fight experience, which isn't a great deal, Phil Robinson seems very calm, very composed, and quite a nice little fighter, doesn't he, Steve?
Yeah, he is a very good fighter. You know, if you didn't know, you wouldn't think he'd only had the 2 fights. Very good technique. As I say, he's obviously been sparring a lot with Richard Smith, his trainer, and only getting caught. And again, he's catching him with the knees. Look. Oh,
nice uppercut as well there, Steve.
Yeah, Craig's got to watch that. He's got to keep his head up. And
that was unfortunate there, but it seems to me that when Phil Robinson turns up the power, he's a real handful. I mean, the crowd are cheering there, but they haven't really had much to cheer about with Craig so far, have they?
He's very dangerous the way he's bending his head there. He's going to get caught with a knee accidentally. And also, he's open with the knees. I think Craig needs to stay out of the clinch, and he needs to be careful, because if Phil switches from the knees while his arms are down and goes to the punches to the head, his head's fully exposed. Look.
Yes, as far to me, looking at the fight, Phil, as you said, he saw a brilliant one across the rib cage.
Fantastic.
Craig was going round, but that dropped him right on the bell. Steve, very fortunate the young man will have a full minute to recover, because that was a perfect shot, wasn't it?
Yeah, he just, as he's covered up with his arms, you just let go and kick him. He could be doing the same for the head punches. If he covers up with while his arms are down, protecting the knees, and let go of a couple of hooks to the head as well, he could finish the fight that way.
Now, Phil Robinson, he's impressed me with his variety.
Yeah, he has. He's got punches, kicks, and he's very, very good in the clinch there.
Because right in our commentary, this was right above our commentary position near the red corner. And as you said, he works well in the clinch. And as he goes around, it's as he comes back off the rope, Steve. So there's double the force there.
Yeah, it's a fantastic kick there. And luckily for Craig, the bell went. Sort of saved by the bell, maybe.
So we've got bad company there. They'd be probably saying, just keep doing the same thing.
Yeah, just keep on what you're doing. You, pick him off with the punches and kicks when you get in, use your knees. And I don't see him having much trouble now, unless Craig can turn it around.
Well, he's come out rather sheepishly there, Craig. A very good kick at the end of the round. He's done well to recover. But we're going into the third, and we have Phil Robinson 2 rounds up, Steve.
Yeah, I agree with that. Definitely 2 rounds. So Craig has got to come back now. Maybe the fact that Craig already holds an area title, and he's obviously done 5 rounds before, that may be the deciding factor. May get stronger in the latter rounds. Uncharted territory as such for Phil.
But at the moment, he's coping very well. He's using those knees to great effect. Yeah. And really, Craig hasn't come to terms with that area of the fight, has he?
No, not at all. He needs to keep away from the clinch, I think, and concentrate on getting his own kicks and punches in.
So Craig running out of time to turn this around. He needs all 3 rounds on our card to make sure of this title.
Yeah,
but at the moment, Phil Robinson looking very cool. Took a big right hand there, though, Steve.
No, good punch, and he seems to have hurt him. He backed off a little bit there, but Craig didn't capitalise on it.
That was the first time there, because it came on the end of a very good series of kicks from Phil. So the first sign from Craig Richardson of life. He sprung into life with a big right hand there, but it did come on the end of a flurry of kicks from Phil Robinson. And he seems to have recovered and got straight back to his game plan, Steve.
Yeah, he's going straight to knees again. See that arm there, if he could just stick it. Oh, big uppercuts though, very good punches back from Craig. Came back well there.
Yes, a perfect counter to that knee there, the right uppercut. To be fair, Phil Robinson took it well. But now, for the first time in this contest, Craig Richardson's making a fight of it, Steve.
Yeah, he is. He's making a comeback. He took him by surprise there. He was unexpecting that uppercut.
Again, Phil Robinson chopping little kicks to the midsection, those roundhouses, and a low kick.
I don't know whether Phil's looking a little bit tired now. He seems to be slowing down a little bit. Maybe the 5 rounds, it may make a difference.
I think at the moment, Steve, if it goes to the bell, despite that right hand, he'll have won this round as well.
Definitely as well, yeah.
And then, as you said now, what we've got to take into account is this might be his first 5-rounder.
Yeah, it should be. Well, after 2 fights, I imagine it is. And we know for definite that Craig's done the 5 rounds. And maybe Phil looks a little bit more tired than Craig. I'm not sure about that.
So, Phil Robinson in his corner there could be facing uncharted territory for the first time. We have him winning all three, despite the fact that this was Craig's best round. But Phil still dominated, didn't he, Steve?
Yeah, he did. Oh, this may be the uppercut now.
He's taking the knees first, then it comes right through the channel.
Yeah, straight up there. That was a big punch there. You can't. But again, it's just the one punch, and Phil straight back in with the knees.
Yes, Phil Robinson still doing enough in that round. He took a big right earlier in that round. He took a big right earlier. We're just waiting now for the gum shield to go into Craig Richardson's mouth. Round 4. Could this be a turning point? Because in my book, Craig needed that one and these two. I don't think he got that one, so possibly he's looking for a knockout now.
Yeah, he looks very determined actually now. Oh yeah, looks like he's going for it with those knees.
Again, Phil Robinson looking to clinch because his best work's been done in the clinch.
Yeah.
And leading up to the clinch, I've been very impressed with his range of kicking.
Yeah, no, he's been a very good fighter. Certainly doesn't look the less experienced man.
Again, very focused, moves in and out well. Craig really needs to step up a gear here.
Yeah, it looks like Craig's looking for the big right hand. He seems, another good knee there from Phil.
Unfortunate there for Phil that the referee jumped in so quickly. He's allowed them to go before, and he's scored with far more knees. But I agree with Steve Logan. Craig looks to me like he's chambering up, doesn't he? He looks like he's pulling it. He knows he needs a big shot, and he's just looking for it.
There it is.
But the problem with that, Steve, is his opponent's massing up the points.
Yeah, Phil's picking him off, scoring the points, as you say, and Craig's looking for that big punch to finish it.
Separated again.
Looking at the faces, Craig seems to be a little bit fitter than Phil. I'm not sure if that's just Phil's expression or whether it'll make a difference.
But he's consistently worked both his left and right legs.
Yeah, he's all the time kicking.
And again, Craig, as you saw, Steve, he was trying to tee up the big right, but his legs just couldn't support him.
No.
You could see him chambering that right hand, but the legs were taken away from beneath him.
Yeah, he's going to get caught if he keeps dropping his hands there. He's dropping his hands and bending. He could walk onto a kick or a knee.
Could this be a result of what we said earlier, those vicious knees that he took a lot on the arms?
Yeah.
And the problem he's facing now, you can see him, he looking for the big right hand.
Yeah, he's taking the kicks and Phil's just building up points. Lovely low kick again. And again, he's not even trying to block the low kicks now. He's just waiting for that big right.
But there's a danger that he's going to be unable to walk because that took a lot out of his legs in midsection this round. And again, a big round to Phil Robinson.
Yeah, Phil run that round again, I should think.
At the end of the day, Craig certainly came back more.
Yeah.
But it's a very dangerous tactic. He needs the knockout. He's looking for the right hand, but he seems to be absorbing a lot of punishment, as we'll probably see.
Yeah.
So he's avoiding the big right hands, and then he starts to have his legs taken away from him.
Again, the knees. Just tying him up there.
And tying him up like that to put the knees in, also the weight's bearing down on him as well, isn't it, Steve?
It's very tiring, the clinch work, and Craig's just got to do a little bit more and hide what he's trying to do. I don't know whether it's as easy to see as we can see outside, but you can tell that he's lining him up for the right cross, and he's getting picked up in the meantime.
So really, for Phil Robinson, all he's got to do is stay on his feet, we feel, Steve.
Yeah, I think so. He seems very good at evading the techniques as Craig's coming in, he's kicking the legs away from him, so and inside obviously he's superior. Again, good knees. Even though the fighters carry on when they get kneed, I think they do hurt. All the techniques obviously are very powerful, they're going to hurt, take the toll on you, wearing them down slowly.
But Steve, the problem is you can sort of almost see Craig's mind working, can't you?
Yeah.
You can see him loading physically the right hand.
Yeah,
he's looking for it, and I think this is suiting Phil.
Yeah, Phil's picking him off, isn't he, really? Craig's leg as well, he's looking a little bit bruised, his front left leg.
Yes, he's actually bleeding from that. Well, he's bleeding from both shins.
Oh, good punches and knees. Yeah, good variety there from Phil.
So Craig Richardson, we feel too little too late. He's bleeding from both shins. Phil Robinson has shown vast experience beyond his fights. He's fought the right tactical fight, and actually he's been a pleasure to watch, Steve.
No, he has as well, and I was a bit concerned maybe the 5 rounds might affect him, but he's coped well with the 5 rounds. Oh, good knee there, and again.
Yes, Craig really hasn't come to terms with Phil's style.
No.
Phil's dictated the pace, he's dictated the style of fight.
Yeah, he's 4 or 5 knees there unanswered. He's just got, as you say, just got to stay up now, stand awake.
Craig took a deep breath there. He's feeling the pace now. He's had a lot of punishment to absorb and soak up, and continues to do so. Again, the knee comes in and he leans down on his man. That's all sapping the strength from Craig Richardson.
And one of those knees hit the solar plexus or floating ribs, it could end the fight as well. So, you know, Craig's got to be very careful now. Oh, that big one.
And
oh,
he took
lovely
the knee there. So again, Phil Robinson, really, he's letting the judges know. His corner's calling him on, telling him to go in. But I feel he doesn't need to. He's worked well the way he's been going.
Yeah, there can't be much left of the round now, and he's just got to pick him off.
Nasty gash now on Craig's leg as well, Steve.
Yeah.
On his right leg there, nasty gash. As Phil went back to the corner, he raised his hands high. I think I agree with him 100%.
Yeah, I'd be very surprised if he didn't have that now. That's a fantastic performance there by Phil.
Yes, no complaints there, Steve. Craig shook his hand. It was pretty obvious to everyone, and a fair result.
Yeah, very good.
Right, I have with me now Phil Robinson. Phil, the new Northwest champion.
Yep. For a long time, hopefully, as well. It's all down to my trainer, Richard. It's all hard work.
Now you seem to have a specific game plan. You work very well up and down, and in the clinches, I think the deciding factor were your vicious knee attacks.
Yeah, we've been training a lot on that recently. First fight, I defeated my opponent on knees, so Richard stuck with that, had me doing a lot of clinch, and it's paid off today.
Now, we gave you the first 3 rounds clearly, but being your 3rd fight, we were thinking the distance, 5 rounds, was that in your mind as well?
It seemed easier than 3. It was, you know, I could sit back and let my game flow, and he wasn't just coming at me all the time. He backed off a little, so I took advantage of that.
Now, you seem far more experienced than your fight record. You're now the Northwest champion. Where do you see your career going from here?
To the top, hopefully. If Richard sticks with me, I think I'll get there.
All we'd like to say is well done. Enjoy your belt tonight. Great fight. Thank you very much. We'll be back next time as we continue to showcase the very best in Thai and kickboxing from around the country. Now is the time, Night of Combat, in association with ThaiBoxingWorld.com.
Kickboxing is back next week, so don't miss it. Remember, still to come tonight, we go extreme with 2002 Winter X Games. We recap on last year in the best of 2001 X Games, a Channel 5 football classic, and it's nothing but 100% excitement in football from Argentina. Right now, though, the Sunshine Tour's leading players join Leopard Creek Golf Course near Madeleine. Retif Goosen leads the charge. Let's see if his good form continues.